Hello, 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 divas. Can you give me a sound check in the chat, please? Give me a sound check in the chat. Can you hear me okay? 1 second. Can you hear me okay? Give me a sound check. Please put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Okay, I see some ones. I see some ones. Hey, divas. How are y'all doing? Happy Tuesday. Welcome to Pink Table Topics. I am your host and good sis, Pink Diva. Thank you so much for joining me. As you're pulling your seat up to the table, please don't forget to hit the like button for me. Feel free to drop down and leave a comment and also engage in our topic and turn your bell notifications on so that you'll be notified each and every time I drop a new topic. As you know, our mission is to create a safe space for women to gather as a community, engage in healthy dialogue regarding real life issues that we as women deal with on a daily basis. But most important, y'all, to foster the true meaning of sisterhood. And if you are here, that means you are subscribed and representing our diva tribe. And we're not just any diva, we are divine, we are inspiring, we're valiant, and we are admirable. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the table. Look at all of my people in here. Hey, Miss Lady, thanks for joining, sis. My mod, my sis, Teresa Wright. Hey, sis, thank you for being here. Hey, Rosemary, thank you so much for being here. My sister from another Mr. Chit Chat with QT is in the house. Hey, sis, you done logged off for the day? Thank you for being here, sis. I appreciate you. Hey, Linda Gamble, thank you for being here. Who else do we have? Hey, Deborah. Thanks for being here, sis. Deborah says, hello, Pink Diva. Mods in chat. Thanks for being here. Hey, Philly girl. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you all for pulling up to the table. Teresa says, make sure you hit the like button on your way in. My sis Chit Chat with QT says, welcome, divas. Thank you for pulling up to the table on Pink Table Topics. Please hit the like button on your way in. Click the notification bell, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. Yes, yes, yes. Hello, hello, hello. Let me see to make sure that sis says she's still working but multitasking. Child, I know how it is. I got some popcorn in the I'm working on a popcorn order and I got it in the oven. So I got my timer on. So when that timer go off, I'm gonna have to get up and go to go stir it up. But hello, hello, hello. Happy Tuesday, y'all. I'm still working with this janky setup. I have everything for my PC, my monitor, and all of that, but I'm waiting on the daggone HDMI cord to hook up my extra monitor. So that's what I'm waiting on. So I got like 3 devices going right now, but thank y'all for being here. I appreciate you all for being here. But before we get started on our topic, let's go over the tea at the table news for today. Again, to my sis Teresa, shout out to you for being here, sis. You know, I told you didn't have to be here. You could have taken some time for yourself if you needed, but I appreciate you. You know, we love you and we are keeping you in our prayers. So I appreciate you for being here tonight. To my book club divas, y'all, we had an amazing discussion this past Saturday at our second book club meeting, the book club for the month of November. It was an amazing discussion. I really, really had a lot of fun discussing the book. Our December book has been chosen. We're moving right on into book number 3 of the Mistress series, and that is Mistress Inc. That is book number 3. So that'll be Saturday, December 20th. But the time is to be determined because, as I was telling you, that's the day that I actually have my birthday brunch. But I will confirm before that day, but it still will be on December 20th. It still will be on December 20th. Yes, sis, Teresa is so hard-headed. She is so hard-headed. She will not listen. So that's for December. So the December book again is Mistress Inc. by Niobe Bryant, and I'll be I'll be getting that posted so that you'll have it and to remember to go ahead and download it. Also, make sure that you take some time to tune in to my Wednesday morning Pockets of Peace segment. This week, the topic will be letting go of what you can't control. Letting go of what you can't control. That's another good one. So I will be getting that video posted before in the morning. So please take a few moments to just check it out. And also, Friday morning, Spilling the Business Tea segment will be building a business that's aligned with your purpose. Building a business that's aligned with your purpose. So that's our tea at the table. Let's get into our topic, y'all. If y'all saw on the thumbnail, it is a potluck holiday recipe swap. And I wanted to do this because I wanted it to be light. I wanted it to be fun. We talk about all kinds of things over here. And because it is the holiday season, I wanted us to just do something a little bit different and something a little fun. So that's why I wanted us to have like a potluck edition. Um, I wanted us to just step into the heart of the holiday season. And I don't know about y'all, but I love food. I am such a foodie. Need to be on somebody's treadmill. But I'll start back like for real, at the beginning of the year after the holidays. But I love food. I am such a foodie. So I wanted us to have like a peak table potluck. And this is where we'll have the opportunity to just talk about our favorite holiday dishes, our favorite holiday traditions. And I say all the time, y'all know we listen and we don't judge. Your dish and how you make it is your dish. We all do things totally different because I know, several people make macaroni and cheese totally different from the way I grew up making it. But your dish is your dish. We listen, we don't judge, which is why this is called a potluck. We are here to share recipes. And I tell people all the time, don't knock something until you've tried it. We are here to celebrate flavor because that's what food is all about. We take dishes and we make it our own. We all can have the same recipe and it'll turn out totally different because, we add our own little flair and stuff into the dishes that even the dishes that was passed down to me from my grandmother. I don't make them the same way my grandmother made them. I always find like a little flair that I can add for myself. So whether you cook every day or maybe you cook only on the holidays or when somebody wants you to cook something, that's what we're here for. We want to collect some recipes, some new recipes, so we can try the recipes and then we can always come back and share if we actually made the recipe and how it came out. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to talk about recipes, what's on the menu for the holiday, and just which one are you? Are you to those of you that's, hey, CC, thanks for joining. To those of you that are here, are you the cook when it comes to the holidays, or are you the sous chef, or are you the taste tester? Or are you the person that just show up with the paper plates and the sodas? Do you actually cook a dish? Is there a dish that you cook? Or do you just help somebody cook the dish? Or do you just taste test? Which one are you? Hey, Sharon, thanks for being here. Deborah says she's the cook. Okay. I'm actually, so this year, well, for Thanksgiving, the last couple of years since my daughter's been married, we've been doing Thanksgiving at her house and we do Christmas at my house. So, but I still have certain dishes that I take for the meal. So we kind of split it for Thanksgiving. Cece says she's the cook and the baker. Okay, Sharon says she's the cook. Okay. Hold on one second, y'all. Bear with me. Talk in the chat. Let me go turn my timer is going off. Give me 1 second. Let me go increase my timer. Okay, thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for your patience. I apologize. I had to go stir my popcorn. I'm making some caramel popcorn and I got it in the oven. But thank y'all for your patience. Let's see. Let me go up and read some comments. Let me see what I missed. What y'all was talking about. Let's see. I'm scrolling. Okay, Cece says she was the cook and the baker. Sharon says she's the cook. Um, Cece says she want to find a dim restaurant open on Thanksgiving so bad. I don't want to do no large scale cooking this year. I know that's right. Sis says was the cook when married. Now I'm a side dish maker, not side. Girl, if you don't stop playing, you be over there cooking. Lamb chops. Lamb chops is not no side dish. If you don't get away from us with that. Sis said I'm not doing traditional anything this year. I may make some gumbo. Gumbo is good though. Gumbo is good. And see, I'm the type of person I don't do if I do like I typically do the holiday food on Thanksgiving, but if we do the holiday food on Thanksgiving, I do something totally different for Christmas. New Year, we always do like the big seafood. It's like everything seafood on New Year. But Christmas last year, I did like a taco bar. Had a huge big taco bar spread, and that's what we did on Christmas last year. But if I can't do the holiday food back to back, Thanksgiving and Christmas, it's either or, one or the other. Um, Deborah says I made sweet potato pie batter for my pies this morning to freeze until Thanksgiving. That's what I'm talking about. Way to get it out of the way. Yes, Teresa, she be cooking Thanksgiving all the time. She sure do all the time. She cooking Thanksgiving food, talking about she just side dish. Always posting lamb chops and all kinds of stuff. Talking about a side dish. If she don't go away from us. Cece says, Chit Chat, have you seen the Gumbo Greens video? I saw that. Cece. Who made some? I think I saw that on TikTok. Somebody was making the gumbo greens. I tasted some at like we had a festival at our Summerfest festival, and one of the restaurants that were there had the spicy gumbo greens, and they were good. They were really good. Sis says, Deborah, that's one of my biggest regrets not learning my mom's sweet potato recipe. I love me a good sweet potato pie. Sis said she'll pass. Oh, you don't like the gumbo greens, sis? But I had some and they tasted really well when I had them, but I only had like a small container because they were letting us actually taste them. So I was able to taste some. They were okay. They were okay. I probably wouldn't make them, but they were okay. They were okay. So what dish? So my first question is, what dish instantly reminds you that the holiday is here? What dish is it for you? When you see somebody making this dish or you want to make this dish, what dish is it that reminds you of the holiday? For me, my answer is dressing. I am only a holiday dressing eater. I cannot eat dressing throughout the year. I have to have it either on Thanksgiving or for Christmas. I cannot eat just a regular like have dressing as just a regular Sunday dinner type meal. It has to be, and I think that's the way because we grew up that way. I remember when we were younger, and I grew up in the South, and it's hot in the South. And I remember my grandmother used to say she didn't cook dressing in the summer because it was too hot. I never understood what she meant by that. But now that I'm older, I understood because, like I said, in the South, it's super hot in the summertime. So they wouldn't make dressing in the summer because it drew a lot of heat because use the stove to boil the chicken and make your broth and all of that kind of stuff. And then you had to bake the dressing. So it was using a lot of heat. So she didn't cook dressing during the summer months, because it was too hot. And I never understood what she meant. And I guess because that's the way she did it and that's the way I grew up with it, I cannot eat dressing in the summertime. And I love dressing. I'm a huge fan of dressing. But I do not like chunky dressing. Do y'all like chunky dressing, like with the chunks of celery and onions to where you can chew it in it? Ugh, I do not like to have the chunky celery and onion and stuff in my dressing. I actually put my onion and celery in the food processor and grind it down, and then I'll cook it on the stove. I'll saute it a little bit in some of the chicken broth from the chicken, just to temper it and get it softer, because I don't like chewy. I don't like crunchy in my dressing. Deborah says, my father was a chef, so I learned cooking from him, and I'm an excellent cook. I should have done it, but I should have done it for a living. You should have. Sis says chitlins and dressing remind her. Do you eat chitlins, sis? I remember when I was a little girl, I used to be in the kitchen with my grandma watching her clean the chitlins. Do they still come in like that little red bucket with the white top on it? She used to have them by the buckets. And then my grandmother also used to kill pigs. They used to unalive pigs back in the day and do the bacon and all of that kind of stuff. And they used to get the chitlins that way. And I used to watch her have it. And when I started watching her clean it, that's when I was like, oh, no, ma'am. Is this what y'all eating? No, ma'am. So I stopped. I could not stand the smell of them being cooked. And I remember, but my mom used to cook chitlins to where you couldn't even smell that they were actually cooking. She would put like an onion and a potato over in her pot with her chitlins, and you couldn't even smell that it was actually chitlins that was in the pot that was actually cooking. If I can smell it, I was like, oh my gosh. I remember my brother left some on the stove for too long and they started to stick and started burning. Girl, it took forever to get that smell out of the house. It took forever. Deborah says, I love dressing. I can eat it any time of the year. I love it too, Deborah, when it's made right. But I can't eat it all during the year. It has to be, and I have to have cranberry sauce with my dressing. Do y'all eat cranberry sauce? Do y'all have to have cranberry sauce with y'all dressing, or can you just eat it without it? I have to have cranberry sauce. I don't know why. I just have to have cranberry sauce with my dressing. Deborah says, my father would not cook dressing in the summer. If you do, be real careful because it can spoil easy. Maybe that was one of the reasons as well that my granny didn't cook it, but I know she used to say that it was too hot. But I'm not a person that cooks it during the summer. Teresa says, ew, I don't like to taste all of that in my dressing. I don't either, Teresa. I don't do. Sis says no chunks, must be sauteed. Absolutely. Deborah says just the chitlins still come in the red bucket. Oh, okay. Well, don't they have some I think I've seen somebody get some that have in like a clear bag that's flat, like a little square flat bag. Are those the ones that are already cleaned or something? Sis said I only ate mine, and now my brother makes some good chitlins. I refuse to eat anyone else's. I only have a taste about every couple of years, though. Okay, I know my mom used to fry them. Did y'all used to have y'all had the fried chitlins? She used to fry hers and put hot sauce, eat them with like hot sauce. Girl, that's doing too much. Teresa said they come in a red bucket, white bucket, and now in bag. Okay, I thought I remember seeing some in the bag. If them chitlins ain't clean right, they will smell. Oh, that's why they smell. Child. Deborah says my mom had to have cranberry sauce with her dressing also. Absolutely. I have to have me some cranberry sauce. Teresa says none of them are clean to my standards. I clean them again, even in bags. I would too. And that's how my mama used to do hers. Even though they said they were clean, I think it more so just means that you didn't have to clean them as much, but you still have to go behind them and do your own thing. Sis says no such thing as already clean chitlins. I don't think so. Sis, you don't like cranberry sauce? Oh my gosh. Girl, oh my goodness. You do not like cranberry sauce with your chitlins. Girl, I can't eat them without. Sis says she don't like cranberry sauce. Deborah says pre-clean chitlins. It's a brand called Aunt Bessie, and they are really clean. Oh, okay. Well, y'all see, Deborah says get the brand called Aunt Bessie, and they're really, really clean. Okay, Teresa's had the Aunt Bessie. Okay, girl, y'all can have y'all chitlins. I don't do chitlins. Y'all can have them. But once I started to see how they were actually being clean, hey Neva, thanks for joining, sis. Happy Tuesday to you, girl. We're talking about Thanksgiving food. We're talking about some chitlins. We're talking about dressing. You eat chitlins, Neva? So when y'all have your chitlins, is the chitlins on the menu with like your dressing and all of that stuff? Do y'all do turkey or ham? Are you a turkey or a ham person? I love me some ham. I love the good bone in ham. I love me a good honey ham. Teresa says ham and turkey. Neva said, heck no, no chitlins. I know that's right, sis. Neva said, y'all can keep them chitlins. Teresa says, my husband fry our turkey. Okay. Okay, so I know a lot of people that do the fried turkey. Deborah says she do a fried turkey and a ham. Have y'all had, my favorite turkey, and I'm not really a turkey person when it comes to the Thanksgiving type turkey, because for me, and maybe it's because um, the ones I've eaten in the past, it was dry. I don't like a dry turkey, so I'm not really a turkey person. But the best turkey, oh my goodness. If y'all got a Popeyes, if y'all have not had that Popeyes Cajun turkey, it comes fully cooked. All you do is heat and eat it. They have it. I know down south they have it all the time. Last year they kind of played me up here because they said they had it, and I called around to all of the Popeyes, and they were always out of it. To the point to where my girlfriend from Mississippi had to ship me a Popeyes turkey. Now you can actually order it off of their site, but who paid $99 for that turkey? $99 is what it'll end up being. 99 and some change with the shipping. Teresa says our Popeyes are taking orders now. Girl, when I say that is I kid you not. If you have not had that Popeyes Cajun turkey, you just really don't know what you're missing. That was the first and only turkey that I ate every last drop. Even with what we had left for Thanksgiving, I made a turkey salad with it. That's just how good it was and how juicy it was. It's absolutely amazing. Philly Girl says, Aunt Bessie pre-cleaned chitlins. Okay, Philly Girl, you eat chitlins too? Cece says we have to have turkey, ham, and one other protein. So we typically would have like the turkey breast, or like we'll do the big turkey breast, or I'll do turkey wings. I love turkey wings. I love turkey wings. And we do ham as well. But my husband, and y'all know, I never understood why my husband would not, he would hardly eat the turkey wings when I would cook the turkey wings. And they be good. Me and my daughter be tearing them turkey wings up. And I noticed that he would rarely eat them. And we had a conversation one day. You know why he wasn't eating them? He said he said the wings was too big. He was like, he said, I just ain't never seen no wings that big. I just feel like something is wrong. He said they too big. That's why he don't eat them. I was like, boy, if you don't eat the wings. So now what I have to do is go to the butcher, and I have the butcher. Sis say, I agree with her. Girl, I was in my feelings because I'm like, why this man ain't eating these turkey wings? These turkey wings is good. And you know, you don't want people to not be eating your stuff when you cook it. I was like, why he eating these turkey wings? Girl, he was like, I don't know. He said, them turkey wings. He was like, honey, I don't mean no harm. He was like, but when you be cooking them turkey wings, I'll be eating them turkey wings. I said, that's why all them turkey wings always be left. I be like, why we still got leftover turkey wings? As much as he eat, but he don't eat them turkey wings. He said them turkey wings too big. So what I have started doing is going to the butcher and get the butcher to cut them down. So he just like cut them in pieces so it don't look like it's just that one big turkey wing. But just give me the wing. I'll eat the turkey wing before I eat the turkey breast or any of that from a turkey. I'll eat the wing. But girl, I didn't know why he wouldn't eat my turkey wing. But if y'all haven't tried that Popeyes turkey, though, I promise y'all, that Popeyes turkey is a huge hit. It is absolutely amazing. It is so, that is the juiciest turkey that I have ever tasted. And you literally only have to just heat it and eat it. It's already fully cooked. So I really, really like it. Neva says, I'm doing Cornish hens. I like Cornish hens too. Girl, I have a girlfriend who won't eat Cornish hens because she says she feel like they were little babies that just didn't get a chance to grow up. So she's scared to eat the Cornish hens. Girl, I be tearing them Cornish hens up. Have y'all ever had orange duck? Have y'all had duck? I love a good orange duck. Yes, sis, you have to order from Popeyes early. And it's definitely good. Sis said, I don't like the skin on the turkey wings. Really? That's my favorite part. That is my favorite part. Sharon say, how do y'all do y'all turkey wings? Okay, so for me, Sharon, um, I do mine in the oven. And I season it up really, really good. And I do it in the oven. And I put like a Cajun. I have a Cajun sauce that I'll put it in and marinate it. And then I'll pour that marinade over in it and bake it. But I bake mine. And it is so good. I don't do them on the oven. I don't boil them. I put them in the oven. So that's how I do mine. I bake mine. I found a really good, actually on YouTube, I found a really, really good roasted turkey wings recipe that I use. And it is so good. That is the best. It's like, so once you bake it and it gets done, you bake it uncovered first, bake it covered first. And then once it gets almost done for like maybe the last 30 minutes, take the foil off and then bake it uncovered so that the seasonings can actually marinate and stick in it really well. Girl, that is the best turkey. I love me some turkey wings. Sis say she'll tear up some turkey necks though. I love turkey necks too. I like turkey necks too. But I think them turkey wings got me in a chokehold, girl. Yes, they are huge. They are huge. Deborah says duck makes good dressing. I've never made dressing with the duck. I have never made it with the duck. Hey, Lady Sweetness. Thanks for being here, sis. Deborah says to get a moist turkey, you brine it, season it with Cajun seasoning, inject it, and then let it sit for 24 to 48 hours before baking it or frying it. Oh, okay. So you brine yours first, then season it, and then Cajun, add with Cajun seasoning, then inject the seed. And yeah, and I think that makes it juicier, especially when you inject it so that those juices can get on the inside. Because I can't stand a dry turkey. Neva says she loves turkey wings. I have them for Thanksgiving sometimes too. I love them. Teresa says, oh, my turkey wings have to be split. Well, I get mine split now, sis, because I was wondering why that man wasn't eating them turkey wings. Right, Teresa. That Popeye's turkey ain't worth no $100 though. It's not even big enough to be $100. And I get it because you got to pay for shipping or what have you. Um, and the stores, to me, I think that a lot of those workers be letting their people get them turkeys first. That's why they always out of them. When I say I called every Popeyes in the city, and none of them had any turkeys. And I remember they was like, well, call back on Wednesday because we get the shipment on Wednesday. Bright and early Wednesday morning, I was calling. And they was like, oh, we sold out. How you sold out and you just got the shipment in? Girl, I was so pissed. I remember my last when I went to Mississippi, it was a couple years ago. And my girlfriend, I was like, okay, I need to get this Cajun turkey so that I could take it back home with me. This was right before Thanksgiving. We were down, I think, on like October. I said, because our Popeyes don't have it. And this was before we started getting the turkeys here at our Popeyes. And girl, when I say we drove, we was from Mississippi to Alabama. We was at every Popeyes there was trying to find this doggone Cajun turkey. That's just how good that turkey was, girl. And I finally found one the day before we were getting ready to leave. Every other Popeyes was out of the turkey. Every other Popeyes was out of it. That's just how popular it is. That's how popular it is. Um, but I'll have to try that duck with the dressing though, Deborah. I've never had that. Sis says yes to duck dressing. When y'all make y'all dressing, do y'all put your meat in the dressing? Do you put the meat? So, like if you doing chicken dressing, do you actually put the chicken pieces of chicken in your dressing? I don't. I don't. I think my grandma used to do it back in the day. She would put some of the pieces of chicken in hers, or the turkey. But I don't. I just use the chicken broth. I don't put meat in my dressing. Do y'all put meat in your dressing? Teresa says I do my turkey wings in the oven, but most times I deep fry them. They're also good on the grill. Oh, that sounds good. I've never had them grilled, Teresa. That sounds really, really good. The deep fryer too. But I don't fry stuff though. I don't fry foods in my house. I'll pull it up in that garage though, girl. That's where I be frying my fish. Cece says I thoroughly slather it with seasoned butter in the inside, outside, and under the skin and place it in my electric roaster. It never comes out dry. Oh, so you use an electric roaster. I never thought about an electric roaster. Hmm. Neva says in the oven, onion and gravy. Yes, I love to put the onion and do the gravy on top of my turkey wings as well. Sharon says, thank you, ladies, for the different ideas. Yes, see how many different ideas we have and different ways of making stuff. Teresa says, I live 5 minutes from Popeyes and it still costs that much. Well, see, if you get it in the store, I want to say the price here in the store is like $55. I think it is. I remember way back in the day when I lived down south, they was like $35. But they're 55 if you go to the store to pick it up. But the thing is, the store never has it. They're always out every time you call. But online, if you order it online to have it shipped to you, girl, $99. Absolutely not. Cece says I make turkey wings all year, so for the holidays I do a whole turkey. Okay, I love me some turkey wings, and I kind of fell off from cooking them a lot because the hubby said he didn't like them. Child, he won't even eat my turkey wing. Girl, that man wasn't even eating them turkey wings. But now I get them cut down. So I'm going to get me some more cut down so I can have some. Because I love me some good turkey wings. I don't know about y'all, but I get so tired. Do y'all have these moments where y'all just get so tired of eating anything like fast food wise to where you really just want you a good home cooked meal? It's times that I be sitting around trying to wonder what I want for dinner. And it's nothing fast food related. It's like I really be craving me a good home cooked meal, like my peas and butter beans and okra. Have y'all had peas and butter beans mixed together? Cooked mixed together. I love me some mixed peas and butter beans, the speckled butter beans and the field peas with the okra, and I boil them with the turkey tail. Oh my goodness, you talking about some good eat, girl. That with some turkey wings, some good old turkey wings, a sliced potato and a slice of onion, tomato on the side, and a slice of onion with some cornbread and some corn. Oh my gosh, girl, you talking about some good country eating. Good country eating. Teresa says chitlin and neck bones used to be so cheap, but the white people started eating them and they raised the prices. Oxtails off. Oh my gosh, Teresa, don't even mention the oxtails, girl. I remember back in the day, oxtails used to be around like $8 a pack, and that pack used to have like at least about three big ones in there, and then probably like six of the small ones. I like the small ones. I love them small ones. But girl, now those things are about $11, $12 a pack, and you don't even get that many in there. And when I first moved to the Midwest, people weren't even eating oxtails. I was asking people had they had oxtails. They didn't even know what oxtails were. Now you cannot keep them on the shelf. Our grocery stores run out of the oxtails so fast. I have to go to the butcher to get some. Um, One year that was my meat instead of like ham or turkey. I did like the oxtails, and I went and bought like $60 worth of the oxtails. Back then, that went a long way. But today, girl, those prices are ridiculous. Deborah says, I'm with you, Teresa. People pay me to fry their turkeys for the holidays, and I do not charge $100. Girl, Deborah says, no meat in her dressing. Me either, Deborah. No meat in my dressing. Cece says, I looked at oxtail Saturday on Friday. The prices are off the chain. I bought 2 big packs of lamb chops. They were better than oxtails, better than the oxtails. Yeah, the oxtails are off the chain. Oxtail, I have been able to find like some reasonably priced lamb chops, but those oxtails are crazy. Hey, Gia, how are you, sis? Yeah, but those oxtails are off the chain. Teresa says, today my husband wanted some liver and onion. Girl, I have not had liver and onion in years. She said, what the hell? I was like, where that come from? Liver and onions with some rice, girl. My husband did not eat liver. He said that's the one thing that scarred him when he was a little kid. He will not eat liver. So I haven't had it in a very long time. But we used to eat it all the time. The liver and onion over some white rice. Girl, you talking about some good eating. Sharon says, girl, eating the beans like that is when what we call good country eating, Sharon. You hear me? Good country eating. Yes, butter beans with pigtails. I haven't had pigtails in a long time. Yes, pigtails. Do y'all eat pigtails and pig feet? My grandma used to tear up some pigtails, y'all. Pig feet. I say, my goodness, they eat every part of the pig, don't they? I haven't had me some pigtails or pig feet. A lot of the pork stuff, though, I haven't eaten in a long time because my husband doesn't eat pork, so I don't cook a lot of pork stuff. So if I want that, I have to either eat it when one of my girls are making it. Like, girl, I cannot even tell you the last time I had me a good old fried pork chop sandwich because my husband don't eat pork, so I don't buy it, and I'm the only one eating it. But that sounds so good. That sounds so good. Sharon says liver and onions are good. Yes. Hey, Kathy. How are you? Thanks for joining. Sis says I love the small oxtails too. Yeah, those are my favorite. She said they're about 20 a pack here, still cheaper than the restaurant. Yes, there's a Jamaican restaurant here called the Upper Yard, and that's the only restaurant that my husband and I will go get oxtails. Oh my gosh, they make the best oxtail, and I usually get like the double cabbage. And that oxtail, girl, oh my gosh, it is so good. It I don't know what that Jamaican sauce is that they have. It's got like a jerk taste to it, but oh my goodness. Those oxtails are amazing. Teresa says I love the small oxtails. The packs run from $15 to $24 a pack, have about two large and three small in it. It's ridiculous, girl. Everything is expensive. So let's not even talk about the meat. The meat is off the chain. Teresa said, do y'all like stuffing or dressing? I like cornbread dressing. I don't really care for stuffing. I never really understood what stuffing was. When I be hearing them pig people at work talking about, oh my goodness, we're making stuffing. I be like, stuffing? What is stuffing? No, ma'am, I don't do stuffing. I do cornbread dressing. I don't do stuffing. I do the cornbread dressing. The homemade cornbread dressing. Make my cornbread the homemade way. No Jiffy or any of that. It's literally scratch made cornbread. Gia says, I was going to have oxtails for Thanksgiving. They're almost $20 a pack in Dallas. Girl, isn't that expensive? That is expensive. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. Cece says I meant better priced. I searched for oxtails last Friday and Saturday. Too high. Yeah, the price is really expensive. Sis said I haven't had liver and onions in years. My daddy made the best liver and onions. Yeah, that liver and onions is no joke. No joke. Let's see. Yep, look like the price for those oxtails are pretty much the same everywhere. Pig feet, but it's been years. Yeah, it's been a long time for pig feet. Deborah says she loved pig feet and pigtails. Sharon said you lost me with them pigtails. Sharon, you never had pigtails? No pig feet, pig tongue, pig ears, girl. They girl, pig everything. You hear me? Cece says no pigtails, pig feet, or ears, but I love ham, pork shoulders, smothered pork chops. Teresa says it's been years since I made pig feet. A guy I worked with showed me how to make pig feet stew. That's the only way my husband eat it. I've never heard of pig feet stew. That's interesting. Sis says dressing, never stuffing. Sharon says dressing. Teresa Wright, no Jiffy cornbread. Deborah says cornbread dressing, no stuffing. Yes, Teresa says Martha White cornmeal. Deborah says you're better off going out to eat oxtails. Too expensive to cook at home for a family. Absolutely. And that's one of them ones where you and the hubby pull up and go get it and don't take the kids with you because it's too expensive to feed the whole family. Sis says, ew, pig feet stew. I've never had pig feet stew. I've never had it. Teresa says, I just can't pull myself to eat deer meat. My grandmother made some deer stew when I was pregnant. It was so good. I lost it when I found out it was deer. See, you ate it and you didn't even know what it was. And I think that's a lot of the problems with a lot of us sometimes is when we know what it is, people won't eat it. And that's how my son-in-law was the first time that he ate oxtail. Because when we mentioned it to him, he was like, oxtail. He was like, where do you get ox meat from? Where does the ox come? I said, see, you doing too much. And we cooked some and did not tell him what it was. We told him that it was beef. We did not tell him what it was, and he tore them oxtails up. You hear me? So they always talk about what they don't eat. Don't knock it until you try. At least try it once before you just say you don't eat it. But Deer meat though, Teresa, if I never eat another piece of deer meat ever again in life. I ate so much of it when I was in Mississippi from the what do you call that? Uh what kind of meat was that? It was deer meat, but I forgot the tenderloin. The deer tenderloin. Girl, they cook that so much in the South. They how they would stew it and eat it over the rice and do it like they do the liver and all of that kind of stuff. Girl, they smothered it every time you turn around. Deer sausage, it was deer everything in the South. It was, girl, I'm sick of it to this day. Don't give me no deer nothing. I'll pass. Sharon says, do y'all make y'all dressing up the day before or cook early that morning? Well, I do my dressing like the day before, like the night before, Sharon, because to me it's a large process because you gotta, make your cornbread, then you gotta cut up all the veggies and all of that kind of stuff. So I'll make it up the night before, but I won't put it in the oven until the morning of because I like it to be freshly baked that morning. But I'll make it up and all of that. I'll get it all prepped and ready for the oven the night before. Deborah said, "You sound like me when I last cooked oxtails. I hid them from everybody. Girl, they too expensive to share." Sis says you'll pay close to $50 here for an oxtail dinner. I can buy 2 packs. Oh my gosh, really, sis? Jeez, Louise, $50 for a dinner? Oh my gosh, that's crazy. That is crazy. Hey, Bridget. She says, sorry she's late. That's okay, sis. How are you? Thanks for joining. Teresa says, girl, when I was in Korea, they have two meats in the goji family. One is what bulgogi and the other is gay goji. One is beef and one is dog. Child, don't get the wrong. Girl, stop it, Teresa, not dog. Girl, not dog. Y'all eating dog. Teresa say one is dog. Girls, I ain't eat no dog and no cat. Miss me with the dogs and the cat. But so for those of you who make your dressing, um, and the ones, hey, who was that? Melanin. Hey, Melanin Beauty. Thanks for being here, sis. Teresa says, and it's a delicacy over there. Oh wow. Cece says she loved the beef. Child, listen. I'm like the Arby's commercial. Show me the beef. But when y'all make y'all's dressing and you don't use the chicken, so do y'all make y'all dressing by boiling the chicken and getting the broth that way? Or do y'all use the store-bought chicken broth? Do y'all use a store-bought chicken broth? Or do you boil the chicken at home and use that broth? See, I'm a boil my chicken at home type person and get the real broth that I season up with my chicken. I have never used a store-bought broth when making dressing. Do y'all use the store-bought broth? And if you do, does it come out the same? Like, does it come out still really good using the store-bought chicken broth? I didn't learn to make dressing using like the store-bought broth. So I'm sure it'll cut down half of the work that it takes to actually have to clean the chicken and boil it to get the broth, wait for it to cook to get the broth and all of that kind of stuff. But I've never used it. So I'm interested in knowing, like, does it still give you like that good flavor by using a store-bought broth? Teresa says, I use 5 cans, cream of chicken, chicken broth, cream of celery. I use the cream of celery and cream of chicken too, Lipton onion, and cream of mushroom for my cornbread dressing. Now, I've never used the Lipton onion, Teresa. Melanin says, I use the store-bought broth, but I said I would do it differently this year. I've never used the store-bought, but I was interested in knowing, like, how does it taste. I typically do like leg quarters. I'll boil them but I season them really, really well so that my broth is really, really seasoned. So that kind of helps me having to put so much seasoning into because basically your broth is what makes the dressing. Having a really, really good broth base is what makes the really, really good dressing. But I definitely use the cream of celery and the cream of chicken. I've never tried it with the Lipton onion, Teresa. Um, and one of the other things that I put in there, um, and this came from my auntie Cleo, a bag of the chicken flavored stuffing. You know how the stuffing comes in the bag, um, the red bag or the red box. I think it's a box, but it's the chicken flavor. So she'll take some of the chicken broth and she'll pour the stuffing down in the broth and let it, because you know, once it hits a liquid, it starts to soften up. So she'll pour that over into the chicken dressing. Game changer. So good. So good. If you've never tried that, try that. It's so good. Sharon says never use Lipton onion. Lots of people say it's a game changer. I'm gonna have to try that, Teresa, because I gotta make it for Thanksgiving. So I'm gonna have to try the Lipton onion. I've never had that. Sis says, anyone know how to make giblet gravy with the onions? I didn't pay attention to my mom on that one either. And you know what? I didn't either. My granny used to make the giblet gravy. I always used to have a side of giblet gravy with the dressing, but I never learned how to make it either. So that's a good question. Cece says, I always have homemade broth in my freezer. I got some in there now. I freeze them in 1 cup blocks in a silicone super cubes. For turkey, I'll roast turkey necks with the veggies, then cook them in the broth after. Okay. I freeze my chicken broth too. Anytime I'm doing something that have caused me to have to boil chicken, I'll always freeze that broth. I got a container in there now that I'll definitely be thawing and using to go with my dressing. Yes, sis, that was a great idea. Teresa says I have all of those silicone super cubes too, all sizes. It comes in handy, especially when you don't want to, because girl, I ain't wasting no good broth. I don't waste no good broth. Deborah says I like to boil my turkey wings or turkey butts, but I use chicken base and some seasonings, onions, and bell peppers. Cece says, does anyone use the better than bouillon flavors for extra? I use the chicken flavored. I've used the chicken flavor on like a chicken dish that I used before. But you know they have an actual seasoning, like the chicken bouillon. They have an actual container of seasoning now, um, that I picked up. So I'm going to try to use that. I'm going to put some over in my chicken when I get ready to boil it to do my broth, to see if it gives a different. I heard it takes everything up a couple notches, as far as your flavoring. So I'm going to definitely be adding that one um, to my list for sure. So when I do when I'm boiling my chicken, and because I don't put the chicken in my dressing, I usually just boil the chicken to get the broth from it. So what I do with my leftover chicken, what y'all do with y'all leftover chicken? So what I do with which is a recipe that I brought to share with you all. Have y'all ever heard of chicken croissants? Chicken croissants. Deborah says, okay, I read that. Gia says better than bouillon is kind of salty to me. Sharon says she haven't mastered the giblet gravy yet. Anybody got a good giblet gravy recipe for my sis? A good giblet gravy recipe. I have never made it, but my husband is a gravy person. He is such a he can eat anything with a gravy over it. He loves a good gravy. He likes the white gravy over the biscuits and all of that kind. Anything that has a gravy base, he loves a good gravy. So he loves the giblet gravy. I've just never made it before. Deborah says, I prefer chicken based than bouillon because it has better flavor. Okay. Teresa says, Bridget J says she make chicken salad with her leftovers. Teresa says, I'm going to try the giblet gravy. Can't find the giblets here when it gets close to Thanksgiving. Yeah, I'm sure everybody is buying them up. So what I make with my extra chicken is called a chicken croissant, chicken crescent, however you call it. That's what I use when that's what I save my chicken for. So how that is, sis says she just found the giblet gravy on TikTok. Well, try it, sis, and let us know how it turns out. If it's to your liking. Is that the one that's got the onion in it like you want? I'm interested to see how it turned out, so I'll know how to make it. So I make a dish called chicken croissants. So what it is, and I try, like, if I'm making this when I'm not making dressing, I tend to like to use the boneless, skinless chicken thighs. For me, I like chicken thighs better because they're juicier than like a breast. So you can do this dish with the breast, or you can do it with the chicken thighs. But if I'm not doing it because I got leftover chicken from making gravy, I'm making dressing, I use a boneless, skinless chicken thigh. But anyway, so I use leg quarters to boil when I'm trying to do my broth for my base for the dressing. So I'll do the leg quarters. So what I do is I'll shred those leg quarters into pieces. I'll typically shred them and I'll put them in the food processor to shred them thinner. And so once you shred the chicken, so then you take so I use 2 cans of chicken croissants, because the chicken croissants, it comes with like 8 rolls in a can, right? So you take the eight chicken croissants and you roll them out. You kind of mash them out. Don't roll them together. You just mash them out. So then you take your chicken that you have shredded up. You take a half a bag of, I like Velveeta cheese. You can use cheddar cheese, whichever your preference is. For me, Velveeta cheese tends to melt better. So I usually do the Velveeta cheese. So you take half of the bag of the cheese and you pour it into the chicken mixture that you just grated. So then once you do that, you take a handful of it and you're like you're making meatballs, or you can take an ice cream scoop, whatever size you want to make your ball. And then you take that and place it on the inside of the uncooked crescent. And then you roll the crescent up, right? So you're making a ball. So the chicken and the cheese mixture will be inside of the crescent roll. Then you put it inside of your baking dish. Then you take a can of, I use the extra large can, the large can of the cream of chicken soup, or you can get 2 of the small cans of cream of chicken soup. And I put it in a bowl, and then you take a cup of milk and mix it in with the not chicken crescent, the cream of chicken soup, and you mix that together, and that's the mixture that you pour on top of the crescent. And once you do that, you stick it in the oven and you bake it on 350 until the crescents are almost done. Because keep in mind, the chicken is already done. So when you start to see your crescents browning, then you take it out and you put the rest of the shredded cheese on top of it, put it back in there until it melts. And girl, when I say that is the best, it's called chicken crescents. So if you don't want to dispose of your extra chicken from making your chicken broth, make an extra dish. Make those chicken crescents. I promise you it's a game changer. Everybody will absolutely love them. It is so good. The chicken crescents the crescent rolls themselves are already good. But when you put the chicken and the cheese on the inside and then you smother the top of it with the milk and the cream of chicken, that's kind of giving you the liquid to making it creamy. Oh my goodness, that is absolutely amazing. So definitely try that out. Sis says it looks like it will. I will. It looks close enough. I'll add chopped boiled eggs to it, like your mom. Yeah, they did used to have the chopped eggs in it. Sharon said, you gonna make it tonight and report back tomorrow. Right. Sis, making a report back before Thanksgiving. Philly girl says love the better than bouillon flavors. I've only had the chicken one. I know they got beef and other kinds. Teresa says put the boiled eggs in the gravy. That's different. Sharon says yes, I like eggs in my gravy. Definitely seen the egg whites. Deborah says I make my giblet gravy with some chicken base, not too much. I add a can of cream of mushroom soup when the giblets are about done. Add it, and then a little cornstarch to thicken. Okay. Cece says she's never had boiled eggs in her gravy. Sis says the first comment on the video on TikTok, the person said his mom used to put boiled eggs in hers too. Take that dressing with giblet gravy on top to another level. Yeah, I heard that the giblet gravy was really, really good. I just never learned how to make it. Teresa says she's going to try it. Deborah says, yes, my dad put eggs in his giblet gravy. Cece says, when I cook a whole turkey, I used to I use the giblets to make the gravy. Teresa says she's making it Chit Chat's dish for Christmas. My grandchildren love it. I can't even think of the name of the dish. Are you talking about the black eyed pea dish, Teresa? Sis says, no, ma'am, Sharon. May make it for Christmas, not doing traditional for Thanksgiving. Look, Sharon wants you to make it, sis, so she'll know if she can make it for Thanksgiving. Melanie says she gonna try it. Hold on, y'all. Let me go turn my stove off. 1 second. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much. I'm back. Oh, I had to go turn my popcorn off, y'all. I was running. I'm about out of breath. Lord, I need to be on the treadmill. Whoo, child. Let me scroll up and read the comments and make sure I didn't miss any recipes. Y'all got some good ideas. Let me see. I read that one. Read that one. Gia says, "Is it the green stuff? Are you talking about the chicken bouillon, Gia?" Sis says you chop the boiled eggs and put them in there after the gravy is done. And are you using the whole boiled egg, sis, or just the egg white? The white part of the egg. Teresa says the dish with the black eyed peas. Let me find the recipe. Yeah, that's her favorite little dish that she be making. I said I was gonna try. You usually make that for New Year, don't you, sis? I said I wanted to make it. She sent a picture and it looked so good. Cece says, what did she say? Did you say in full with an older retired chef who melts butter and stirs in an equal amount of flour, cool it and leave it in the refrigerator for instant roux for thickening gravy stews? It really works. Okay, I'm back. Can y'all hear me? I don't know what just happened. StreamYard just kicked me out. Can you let me know if y'all can hear me? And it's, no, it's not, Teresa. I am not on the droid. I, I'm on the infamous iPhone device. I'm on this iPad, girl. Gia says the eggs in the giblet gravy is good. Sharon, listen, that popcorn smells so good. I'm not eating none, girl. It's for an order. And I need every kernel to be accounted for because I don't want to have to make no more. You hear me? It smells so good though. I got to put it up before hubby come in because he'll definitely be trying to dip in it. He'll definitely be trying to dip in it. Are y'all hosting? Who's hosting Thanksgiving at your home? Who's hosting? Sis, I know you said you may go to your aunt's house if you feel like you want to go outside. But who's hosting? Those of you that typically host your families, are you hosting or are you going to family members' home, or how do you normally do your Thanksgiving? I'm not hosting, but I am cooking, so I have to make the dressing. I'm making the corn. I'm making the chicken spaghetti. Have y'all had chicken spaghetti? Not with the red sauce, but have y'all had chicken spaghetti? So I'm making the dressing, the corn, the chicken spaghetti, and the sweet potato pies. That's all I'm responsible for making. Sharon says she's hosting. Melanin Beauty says she's going to family members' home but cooking something at home. I know that's right. Do y'all cook stuff and leave it at home when you're going places for the holidays? Because I don't like having to come back home. And for one, I don't like having to carry plates back when I go somewhere. But I definitely be wanting us to have food at home when we get back. Because who cooking? We gonna tear this holiday food up. Gia says yes. I have chicken spaghetti all the time. I love it, Gia. I love it. And that's another dish when I moved to the Midwest. A lot of people didn't know what it was. They was like, what's chicken spaghetti? They was always thinking that it was with a red sauce. And I say, no, it's not like your regular spaghetti dish. It's totally different. It's a cheese sauce and not a red sauce. Melanin Beauty says she's never had it. Melanin Beauty, you're in the South. I cannot believe you've never had chicken spaghetti, sis. Really? Teresa says we're going to our timeshare this year with our military friend group, 6 families. So everybody got dishes to make. I always cook a meal for home too. Well, that sounds fun, Teresa. What are you making? What's your dish? Yes, I definitely always make um food to leave for home. Um Girl, y'all should see the way my husband be about this dressing. He be like, why don't you just take the small pan over there and leave the big pan at home so that we got girl, he could eat that dressing every every day. He be tearing that dressing up. He said we only get dressing once a year. That's the one dish he do not like to share. So I have to make extra. So I have a large pan to leave at home and take the small pan where we're going. Sis says the green stuff recipe is simple. All greens mixed together, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, finely cut cabbage, spinach, okra, whatever greens you like with green seasoning is delicious. Sis, now that's the one I have to try. I haven't tried the green stuff. That sounds really, really good. Now with the okra in that, because see, the thing is, I like to cook my vegetables with okra, but I only put my okra, like if I'm cooking peas or something like that, I only put my okra in when they're almost done because I just want the seasoning, but I don't like when they get slimy. So for the okra, is it like slimy in there, or do you how do you do the okra part when you're putting it in there? But I love okra. I love fried okra. I love cooking my vegetables in okra, but I don't like it when it gets slimy. Um, Bridget J says she's staying in Cleveland. She'll cook for her family. Gia says husband going to his home in Mississippi. I'm staying home and relax. I know that's right. Um, Bridget J says I've never had chicken spaghetti. Really? I'm gonna have to give y'all the recipe. Deborah says I have not hosted Thanksgiving since my mom passed the day after Thanksgiving, but I cook and take it to my niece's house. I'm hoping I can be ready to host next year. Oh, sis, sorry to hear about the passing of your mom. That is just, that's so many of our stories with when it comes to like certain traditions that we used to do with our parents, and they're no longer here with us anymore. So a lot of those traditions we kind of don't do them anymore because we are thinking about missing them and them not being here. So I'm sorry to hear about that. And at least you are going and being around family. Sometimes you just be going to be by yourself though. And that's totally okay. That's totally okay. But don't stay in a sunken place, sis. Do something that you enjoy doing. And I think going to, your niece's home. And when you get ready to host, you'll get back to it. And even if it ends up not being Thanksgiving, even maybe Christmas, if that works best for you. But don't force it. Take your time, move at your own pace. And to all of us that are going into the holiday season, grieving the loss of a loved one, prayers to each and every one of you because the holiday season tends to bring those memories back. It tends to sometimes we'll get down because we'll start missing them and wishing they were here. And so try not to be down as much as possible. Just think on the good memories that y'all did share on those holidays, and so you're not sitting around in a funk. So try your best. Try your best. Prayers up to each one of you that will be dealing with that going into the holidays. That's the one thing that I don't like about the holidays. But I love the camaraderie of the holidays. I'm a Christmas person. Christmas is my all-time favorite holiday. And it has nothing to do about the gifts or any of that because I know gift giving is not the reason for the season. But I just love the idea of just being able to make new memories, but just sitting around watching Christmas movies, just enjoying the Christmas decor, the food, and just the laughter from, my kids with my husband, and just building new memories and new traditions with them. But I just really, really love Christmas. Christmas is like my all-time favorite. I could just go to Hobby Lobby and just walk up and down the Christmas aisle. Like that's just my favorite, all-time favorite. You hear me? But I really love the holidays. I really love the holidays. I try my best not to take myself to a place to where, I'm missing my mom, although I miss, having that peace still with us, but being able to just sit and talk about,
and reminisce on her memories, that brings joy as well. So if we can get to a point to where, we just think on the good times and the shared memories that we had when they were with us, and just know that they are, right here with us in spirit. They're watching over us, and they want to see us move on and be happy and enjoy life, and enjoy the holiday season with our loved ones and make new memories and new traditions. But we'll definitely be praying for each other, because we all need it. Praying for each other. Sis says, cook your okra separately. Okay. Teresa says, I'm making mac and cheese, collard green. Oh, Teresa making mac and cheese, collard greens mixed with turnips and mustards, lemon pound cake. Oh, that sounds so good. And sweet potato pies, and hubby frying the turkey. Come on, right? Y'all is showing out. And mac and cheese, I am not a huge fan of mac and cheese. That is the one dish that I don't have to have. Like, I like it, but I'm not crazy enough about it to where I feel like I gotta have it. I don't feel like I have to have it for like a main dish all the time. I would rather just go to Chick-fil-A and get a side of mac and cheese. But if it's on the menu, I won't even eat it, because I'm not really a mac and cheese fan. Bridget says, I understand. Holidays are especially hard to get through. They are. They really are. Teresa says, my mom continued our tradition, and when she passed, I continued hers. This is the first year that we are not having it at home. Okay. We used to would take turns when my mom was living, and I still lived back home in Mississippi. We would take turns at doing, I would do Thanksgiving and she would do Christmas. Just like now, my daughter would do Thanksgiving and I do Christmas. So we kind of switch it up. And that's what it's all about, us being able to make our own traditions. And I think when we start making, our own traditions, I know I have one of my friends, she lost both her parents, and she traveled during the holidays. That's her time of travel. That's her way of, starting a new tradition for herself to kind of keep herself busy, so she's not, just sitting around. But it's hard though. It's really hard. It's easier said than done. And so I'll just tell anybody, move at your own pace, do it as you please, whatever makes you feel good in that moment, on that day, or what have you, you do that thing. Just don't stay in, you know, just don't stay in a sunken place. Until all of my girls, my sisters, y'all know I'll be reaching out during the holidays and checking in. So that's what we have each other for, to check in on each other. Sis says, Deborah, the day my mom passed falls on Thanksgiving Day this year. Praying for you, sis. Praying for you and love you too, sis. We're going to be checking on you for sure. But prayers up to all of you. And that's why we have each other to pull strength from. That's why we have, these platforms, so that we can, we have our bonds, we have our sisterhood, and we can be able to pull joy and strength and love from each other. We pray for each other. We lift each other up. That's what it's all about. That's what we are here for when we are going through things. These are the moments that we pull on our sisters, and you just don't know just how much a, sis, I'm praying for you, or a text message or a phone call just means when you're going through those trying times. It means the world when you least expect it. So that's why I'm so grateful for each of you. I'm so grateful that we have each other. That's what it's all about. Teresa says, praying for every one of us is hard. I try my best to enjoy the holiday, because I know that's what they would want, but it's hard. It is hard, sis, and I try to, and I had to tell myself that too, because I had to remember that, I have daughters, so I can't cheat them out of the opportunity to, celebrate and enjoy the holidays with me, their mom, at the same time. Grieving the loss of mine. So I had to, I steal away and have my moments, but still try to be present and in the moment with them as well. Teresa says Christmas is my favorite too. It is. Cece says prayers to all who will miss so many loved ones during the holiday. Absolutely. Praying hands from Miss Lady, Bridget, Sharon. Deborah says, I agree, Pink Diva, because I know my mom would want me in the kitchen cooking because my mama loved my cooking and she loved to eat. Well, you get in that kitchen, Deborah, and cook. Get in there and cook, sis. Get in there and cook. They would. They wouldn't want us to sit down and be sad. But, it's human nature. We are who we are. And it's just natural for us to miss them, especially um, during the holidays and especially the Christmas and Thanksgiving season when, that's when families gather. That's when families get together. So it is hard, but we have each other. We have each other. Teresa says it's the kids and grandkids who want mac and cheese. I can do without it. Girl, them kids love them some mac and cheese. Sharon says, how long do you all munch on your leftovers? I'm done after Friday. The Friday after Thanksgiving, Sharon? So you only have it have your leftovers the next. Girl, we having them leftovers till it's gone. Because when we run out of side items, make you a sandwich with that ham or that turkey. Who cooking? I am not cooking. And I don't even let my husband get up cooking no breakfast on Thanksgiving morning or Christmas morning. No, sir. Wait until it's time to eat. We're not about to have no double eating around here. We gonna eat when the food get ready because he'll get up and cook. My husband is a breakfast person. He will get up and cook breakfast every day. But he knows it's off limits on Thanksgiving and Christmas. No, we eat at 2. Ain't no breakfast. Eat you some cereal. You can eat some cereal, but you're not getting up, coming in the kitchen while I'm trying to finish cooking my dinner and try to cook some breakfast. So absolutely not. But when it comes to them leftovers, baby, we gonna eat off of them leftovers until they're gone. When we run out of side items, I'll make some more side items. I don't want to have to think about another. After all of that food, though, who wants to think about what the next meal? I'm not cooking nothing new. And that's why I don't do those same foods for Christmas and Thanksgiving. So I don't do so we won't have the traditional holiday food for Christmas. So it'll be something different. I just got to think of what I want my menu to be for Christmas because it's not going to be the same stuff. Teresa says we had to make our own because I missed so many holidays with family when we were stationed out of the country. We had to create our own families when we were overseas. I know that. I know, sis. Bridget J says she's done by Saturday. So you only last till Saturday, girl. Mine going to next week. You hear me? Thanksgiving on Thursday, and you eating off of it until them leftovers is gone. But honey, when it comes to ham, especially that good old honey baked ham with the bone in, I can fry that for breakfast and have some fried ham with some eggs. I can have a ham sandwich. Girl, I love that ham. I absolutely love it. Excuse me. I absolutely love that ham. So I can tear that ham up. Teresa says, like I said earlier, I thank God for all of you. Today was super hard for me, and just having my sisters praying and sending love means so much. Absolutely. That's what we're here for, sis. That is what we are here for. Deborah says she's done with her leftovers by Saturday. Okay, so you and Bridget J is done by Saturday. Cece says, Sharon, I'm with you on the leftovers. Last year, my son put dressing in the waffle iron. It got crispy on the outside, and and he topped it with leftover turkey and gravy. He said it was on TikTok. Listen, whatever you got to do to make it look good and appealing for you, as long as you eating it. Bridget J say, "Woo, I'm tearing up now." Oh, sis, we love you, sis. Deborah says, "Was it good, Cece?" Cece says it was delicious. He went down a rabbit hole of waffle ironing all kinds of things. Never heard of it on the waffle iron though. Hey, April. April says, good evening, Pink Diva mods in chat. Thanks for joining, sis. Hey, Mama V. How are you? Girl, we over here talking about food. Sis says, Chit Chat, we got you. You are and have been there for all of us. So just go to Disney and enjoy your nephew. Have a blast. Right, sis. Hey, Reen, how are you, sis? Yes, Deborah, you have to try it. You have to try it. April says we eat leftovers until they gone. There you go, April. Until they are gone. You hear me? Until they are gone. Okay, sis. But yeah, we eat our leftovers until they're absolutely gone. Um I'm not cooking nothing else for the next few days. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But y'all definitely have to try that chicken crescent. I'm gonna post that recipe. I'm gonna post the recipe. It'll be on the community wall. I'll post it so you can write it down so y'all can try it because it's absolutely good. So that way you don't have to waste the chicken that you're getting your broth from your dressing. Or if you're not making dressing, just get you some boneless, skinless chicken thighs and make them. They're absolutely good. And all you have to do is put a veggie with it because you got your bread is the crescent, and then you got the chicken and cheese that's on the inside. That's your meat, and then all you got to do is do a veggie. Super quick, simple, and it's absolutely delicious. It is so good. So I'm gonna write that down. I'm gonna give y'all the recipe for the chicken crescent and the chicken spaghetti. So that's how I usually use up my chicken for making dressing. Chicken crescent, chicken spaghetti. But it's so good, y'all. I'd still want to try that black eyed pea recipe sis did too. I want to try that one as well. So to everybody that's in the chat, what is your signature holiday dish? What is that one dish that everybody, when you show up, everybody wants you to bring this one dish to everything? What is your signature dish? The one that you have mastered? It's a no-fail recipe. Everybody wants you to bring it every time y'all have a get together. They want you to bring this dish. What is your signature dish? What is your signature dish? What is my outside of desserts? My signature dish. I have a corn recipe. Um, a stovetop corn recipe that's absolutely amazing. Y'all, we could be talking about recipes for days because we got some cooks up in here. Deborah says dressing is hers. That's my holiday signature dish, Deborah. Everybody has to always want me to bring the dressing all the time. The dressing, Gia says broccoli and rice casserole. Oh, that sounds good, sis. I hadn't had that in a long time. I have not had broccoli and rice casserole in a long time. April says hers is banana pudding. April, with or without bananas? Banana pudding with or without bananas. I am so y'all. I do not eat cooked fruit. I do not eat fruit in my stuff. I love banana pudding, but it's a cookie pudding for me because it's without the bananas. I don't eat the bananas in my banana pudding. I don't eat peaches in my peach cobbler. I don't eat apples in my apple pie. Now I'll eat those fruit by itself, but when it's baked in, absolutely not. Gia says dressing or dressing. Reen says dressing, pound cake, sweet potato pie. Okay, Reen. Are you cooking that for Thanksgiving too, sis? April says turkey for a main dish. Okay, so April do the turkeys. Mama V says collards, mac and cheese, and dressing. They want me to do all three. And you know what? Everybody cannot cook collard greens. Everybody cannot cook collard greens. Bridget J says egg rolls, but not on Thanksgiving. What kind of egg rolls, sis? April says both. Okay. I don't do bananas in my banana pudding. I don't know why. Now I do the banana flavored banana pudding, but I do not put the actual bananas in my banana pudding. But I love bananas separately. Teresa says, I have to have it without the banana. Yes, I have to have it without the banana. April says, now I can't cook my bananas either. Yeah, I don't like the oh, Miss Lady, she fancy. She said baked ziti. Baked ziti is her signature dish. Okay, Miss Lady. Jill says without banana. I'm with you. I don't like cooked fruit. I don't either. And I thought I was weird that I didn't do cooked fruit. Now I can eat peaches all day long. I absolutely love peach cobbler. And you know what? That's what I'm looking for. I was just telling my daughter about this earlier. I need to figure out a way to get more peach juice without the peaches because I want to make I love crust. For me, when it comes to the peach cobbler, just give me the crust and the juice. The crust and the peach juice. But you have to like extract the juice from the peaches, right? And I don't want to cook my banana pudding with peaches. So, what is a way, if anybody can tell me, because I can't find no peach juice. I cannot find the peach juice. Teresa said, I love the crust of the juicy girl. My mama used to tear me up from always getting that corner of the of her peach cobbler and leaving the peaches. Just be done tore all the crust. Be done tore all the crust up, child. Teresa said hers is lemon pound cake and sweet potato pie. Teresa also said collard greens. Bridget J says ground turkey. Okay. Excuse me. April says boil the peaches and pour the juice. You know, I do that. So, but the thing is, when I boil the peach, now I have to do because one time I did half and half. I put all the peaches on my husband's side because he liked um, the peaches, and I didn't put any peaches on the side that I had in mine in the pan. Girl, while he was over there eating my crust, eating my side that didn't have the peaches in it. So now I do a separate one. But the thing that I found out is like I can boil the peaches to get the juice. However, it's not enough juice for me. And so how can I make more juice? That's my dilemma. How can I get more juice from my peaches? I really wish they would sell like this super large can of just peach juice. I'm not talking about the concentrate. I'm talking about like the heavy syrup peach juice. Jill says I drained the juice out of the can. I do too, girl. I did that one year, Gia. I bought a big. You remember that big old round can that they used to have in the cafeterias back in the day? I had gotten a big one of those of peaches, and I poured all the juice out. But then I put the peaches in a container, put it in the refrigerator because I love cold peaches. And I used the juice, but I still needed more juice. That'd be my dilemma, and I'll be wanting to just get all those cans of peaches and have all the peaches left and just using it using the juice. Reen says I love banana pudding made with bananas, but I will not eat one banana out of it. See, that's why, Reen, you need to taste mine. I make a mine is a banana flavor. It tastes just like it's got bananas in it, but there is no banana in sight. And if you took a bite of it, you would not know that it wasn't a banana in it. April says boil the peaches with sugar and some cinnamon. Do that make more juice? Bridget, don't be laughing. Teresa says, oh, we fight for the corner of everything. Corner of the cornbread, cobblers, and mac and cheese. It's only four corners and everybody fight. Girl, listen, but it's just something about the corner of that peach cobbler. Now, when it comes to my cornbread and like my biscuits, I like the center. Give me the piece from the center. But when it comes to that peach cobbler, I be wanting a corner because there's something about that crispy, crunchy, and the juice part. Oh my gosh. Cece said, do y'all eat fruit pies or just Cece, we eat the crust and the juice, whatever you call it. We eat the crust and the juice. We don't eat I don't like cooked fruit. I don't like soggy fruit. I like my fruit to be cold, but I do not eat it soggy. Cece say we just messing over this food. Reen says she like a little fruit and a lot of crust. Well, I guess you could say, well, I don't want none of the fruit. I like juice and a lot of crust. So give me juice and a lot of crust. Deborah says buy a can of peaches and add the juice. I'm gonna have to get a big can because I need all the juice and none of the peaches. Like I literally don't want none of the peaches. I just want all juice. Cece says cook the peaches with sugar or whatever, blend them, then strain through a cheesecloth. Would that be okay for peach juice? Well, yeah, because I'm still cooking it and getting the juice out of the peaches. I just need a lot of it without having to buy so many peaches and without. I don't know why people don't just sell that kind of heavy syrup peach juice because they don't understand. It's people like me in the world that really don't want the peaches, just the juice. April says yes. If you increase the portion you're cooking, okay, right, Teresa. We like juicy pie. We like juicy pies. Cece says she made a peach cobbler a peach dump cake. It turns out to be just like a peach cobbler. It's so good. So it's got the peaches in it too, though, right? It sounds good, but it's got peaches in it. Bridget. Bridget says she gonna punch us. Reed says, I want to taste your banana pudding. I love the flavor of the banana, but I don't want no parts of a cooked banana. Me, I don't want no kind of fruit in my food. Like they just don't go together for me. Bridget J says she wants the corner too. Sis said yes, that peach dump cake is so easy to make. It sounds really, really good. It sounds really. So how do y'all make y'all crust with your peach cobbler? I just saw a person on Facebook earlier today. She did what was called a lasagna style peach cobbler. She used those Pillsbury ready-made crust. She used those Pillsbury ready-made crusts. So she took three of them and she pre-baked them so that they could get, a little done. And she then put one on the bottom. Then she poured her peach cobbler mixture a little bit on top of that one. Then she layered it with another one of the crust. Then she layered some more of the peach cobbler mix, and then she put the final crust on the top. And she said that gave more crust because a lot of people like more crust. The only thing I didn't like is that crust was flat. So I kind of like the thick crust, the way you make it, the thick way and not that thin crust. I don't like it when it's too thin. I actually like the thicker crust, but more juice because the thicker the crust is, it eats a lot of the juice. So I need some more juice, some peach a lot of more peach juice. Teresa says that's why I don't like pineapple upside down cake and I hate coconut cake. Girl, them coconuts just get all in your teeth. My aunt used to make this coconut icebox cake. Have y'all had that before? Whatever way she used to make it, it used to have to be in the refrigerator. However she made it, it had to stay refrigerated. Girl, that was the best cake, but I could not stand those coconut. I just can't do coconut like that. Not when it comes to cake, because it be a little bit too much coconut. It's like 3 days later, you still finding coconut. You done brush your teeth and everything. You still finding coconut stuck up in between your gums and stuff. Jill says it's four corners. We all get one piece. Just one, Jill. Cece says y'all just eat cake. We eat fruit juice cakes, Cece, with the fruit juice without the fruit. Jill says she used Pillsbury when I'm being lazy. Bridget J says I don't eat sweets, but y'all show making it sounds good. Oh, you good, sis. You are girl. If my husband didn't have something sweet, he would have a fit. You hear me? He would have a fit. Teresa says exactly. We already claimed a corner. Miss Lady says some stores sell the peach nectar in the organic section. Okay, I'm gonna have to try. I'll have to try the organic section then. because I need more peach juice. Otherwise, they're gonna be looking at me like, "Oh, you about to make a large peach cobbler?" Like I just want the juice. Cece says she's making a pineapple upside down bunt cake. Are you mean bundle cake or bunt cake, sis? For my work potluck, girl, you be making the good stuff for potluck. Girl, I go to the store for potluck. No, ma'am. She says I'm dropping it off and leaving. I don't eat. Girl, listen, let's not even talk about those kind of potlucks. I don't eat everybody's cooking at those potlucks either. No, ma'am. Okay, she said bunt. I was going to say, is it another cake called a bundle cake? But girl, I don't do homemade cooking when it comes to potlucks. You good. They're going to be wanting you to bring cakes and stuff all the time because you could give them the good stuff. One time I made a key lime pie and I took it, and my director asked for that cake every time, that pie every time it was a potluck. Are you bringing key lime pie? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Right, Bridget. Bridget J said, I'll go buy Patty LaBelle sweet potato pie and call it a day. Call it a day. You hear me? Absolutely not. No, ma'am. I'm not cooking for no potluck. I am not cooking for no potluck. Do y'all make homemade mac? So with for those of you that make the mac and cheese, um, do y'all make your mac and cheese with like the cheese sauce? I've seen, especially as of lately, I have been seeing so many different ways of how people are making mac and cheese. But I didn't grow up with my granny making like the cheese sauce that I'm seeing people. And I definitely didn't grow up with all of them different seasonings. I didn't grow up with all of them different seasonings going in mac and cheese. Did something change? Do y'all put all of those different seasonings in your mac and cheese? And do y'all make a cheese sauce? Because there's been a huge controversy about mac and cheese about whether or not you put egg in it or not. It's just been a whole debacle. Gia says, we had a potluck when I worked for the government. I found a band aid in my fruit salad. After that, they told us it had to be packaged or catered. No more potluck for me. Girl, not a band aid in the fruit salad. Girl, and then white people be, girl, they be nasty. They be nasty. They don't wash their hands. And if I don't go get my, and it has to be packaged. For one, I'm not eating nothing that they bring from their homes. It has to be packaged, and I have to be the one to open the package, and I get mine first. And after that, I'm not going back for seconds. Once they start dipping in it, it's a no for me. Cece says that cake is too easy to do. I can't buy store bought because one older black man bakes his tail off, and I make sure he sees my baked goods. We have a little competition, right? Show him up, sis. Right, Teresa, not a band-aid child. Sis says that that cheese sauce stuff is new, old school mac and cheese. Right. I don't remember anything about cheese sauce, and now I'll be seeing them with the cheese sauce, and girl, they got about 15 types of cheese. And Teresa says I make my sauce. I don't use all of them seasons, and I don't use egg. Deborah says I do not put eggs in mac and cheese. Gia says my grandmother would make mac and cheese with the cheese sauce for me, with egg for everyone else. Bridget J says she put egg in her mac and cheese. I don't do potluck either. Now my granny put egg in hers. She put egg in hers. But that cheese sauce and all of that stuff, mm-mm, that must be new. When did that start? That has to be new.
April says I put egg in mine. Bridget J said I put egg in my mac and cheese. I don't do potluck either. I don't either. I don't either, y'all. I don't either. But this has been fun. Did y'all enjoy our little potluck? Reen says, baby, I don't eat potluck. We had a baby shower at work. I went in the bathroom and a Caucasian woman had her vegetable sprawled out across the girl. Shut up, Reen. Girl, gone away from us with that. Gone away from us with that. Girl, that's a mess. Girl, that's a whole mess. Right. No for potlucks to me either. No for potlucks to me either. Gia says yes, waiting for those recipes. I'm gonna post the recipes, y'all. I'm gonna post mine. And if you have some recipes, share your recipes, post your recipes. I'm gonna leave the post. I'm gonna create a recipe post on on the community wall, and I'll put the recipe there. And if you have a recipe that you want to share, put your recipe there so we can try them. And then once we try them, we'll come back and talk about how they turned out and what you did differently, and if you followed the recipe um, from A to Z, or if you added your own little twist on it. Reed says she made a bathroom vegetable tray. Girl, a whole hot mess. No, ma'am. No, ma'am, Pam. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. But I had so much fun, y'all. Cece says this has been fun. Be blessed, everyone. Yes, this has been so much fun. Talking about food, because, y'all, you know, we like to eat. I love sharing recipes. I love trying new recipes because I'm a Southern country girl. And we like food. We like food. Philly Girl says, saw a recipe today for apple pie without apples. The recipe used apple juice. I never tried apple juice. That's interesting, but I eat apple pies without the apples. Deborah says, good night, CC. Good night. Good night, CC. But thank you all so much for joining us tonight. I hope you had just as much fun as I did talking about this food. And I just realized how close Thanksgiving was. It's actually next week. It was today that I realized that Thanksgiving is just next week, right around the corner. Right around the corner. Oh my goodness. So I got to try to get my Thanksgiving shopping for my ingredients out of the way before these stores start getting crowded. So I may go do that tomorrow so I can be out of the way. I don't like crowded grocery stores and stuff, so I need to go run my little errands and go to the grocery stores and get my little ingredients and get on out the folks' way so they can do what they do. But anyway, thank you all so much for joining us tonight. I really appreciate y'all for pulling up to the table and sharing your recipes and sharing your traditions and all of the good things. Shout out to the replay gang that'll be pulling up to the table later. I appreciate you as well. Make sure you hit the like button for me. Feel free to drop down and leave a comment, share the video. And until next time, y'all, have a blessed rest of your day and have a happy Thanksgiving as well. Do we have another? Oh, we have another Tuesday before Thanksgiving. So we'll be back next Tuesday. But have a great night. Enjoy the rest of your work week. And I love you all. Thank you all for being here. And I will chat with you soon. Have a good night.